I'm gonna go into my office to focus and get a little more work done. But I figured since I'm vlogging today, I'll just show you guys our little mini 2-bedroom apartment. We're moving next fall, most likely. So we love this place. We're in North Asheville, in North Carolina, Western North Carolina. And we're looking all over the place. Like, we've talked about Charlotte, North Carolina. We've talked about Dallas, Texas, which is where I'm going to be competing. So we're kind of all over the place right now as far as what we want to do. But as of right now, we're here. So this is our master bedroom. This is basically Ginger's room. You got a bathroom, closet. My wife obviously decorates. This is her proudest accomplishment in life, her basketball. We basically got this huge kitchen, as you can see behind me, and then this tiny little living room. It's a very strange floor plan they have. But it works for us because basically we never have anybody over because we're boring bodybuilders and can't eat except for on our plan. So we never have anybody over for dinner. And then we just cook all the time and then sit on the couch and watch Netflix. So it's kind of our life. Super interesting, right? Like, why are you guys even watching this? And so this is my office and basically Gilligan's room. He likes to talk a lot. So got my biggest trophy here. Got some things on the wall. Some pictures from USA's, and some of my other trophies. If you guys know The Office, that's a done deal award. My brother gave that to me. That big one in the middle. It's from my first competition I ever did. It wasn't even NPC, it was the label tore off when I was moving one time. I don't even remember what the federation was, but this was my first NPC show. This was USA's heavyweights before I won the overall, and some medals from my competitions. And this is where I work and do podcasts. So if you guys see me doing podcasts and stuff and videos from my desk, this is the room I'm in. Just gonna get some work done and then we'll do meal 3. And we're back. You guys missed meal 3 because I forgot to turn the microphone on. So sorry about that, guys. But like I told you before, meal 3 is exactly the same as meal 2. So it was 370 grams of jasmine rice, 175 grams of chicken, 66 grams of avocado, and I did green beans for that meal instead of zucchini, and then it was 30 grams of carbs from apple juice. So same exact meal. Sorry about that, I'll do better. So this is gonna be my pre-workout meal. This is gonna be cream of rice. I do cream of rice pre and post-workout. I've done that for as long as I can remember. And my wife's fancy and has all these glass containers and everything. I put on my Instagram yesterday, comment below if you guys get annoyed with this too. I'm not allowed to use these. I washed my hands like 5 times in the kitchen in the last hour, but I'm not allowed to use this towel because this towel is not to be used as a towel. I know you ladies that are watching this understand that, but us men just don't get it. To me, it should be functional. But that's part of being married. You give and take, right? So I have to pull the towels out of the drawer and not have the ones that are accessible to me. So anyways, back to the cream of rice. So we're doing 105 grams of cream of rice, and I put about like 10 ounces of water in that, and then I'm gonna microwave it for about 3 minutes. 50 grams of protein in here from whey protein. And on a side note, we've got the new commissary whey protein coming soon. It's gonna be a blend of 3 different kinds: isolate whey, a hydrolyzed whey, and a whey concentrate. And it's gonna come in more flavors. I believe we've got a cereal flavor, we've got a chocolate peanut butter, chocolate vanilla. I think that's all we got on the list. I may be wrong, there may be more, but very excited for that. That should be dropping in the next couple weeks. So sadly, you guys haven't been able to see my wife yet. She was in the last video, but that video as well as meal 3 were muted because of my microphone. So you guys will see her later tonight. Hopefully she lets me put her on the video because usually by the time I get home from the gym, she's chilling on the couch and doesn't want to be bothered by YouTube. So we'll see if you guys see her today. If not, you'll see her in upcoming videos that we do on YouTube highlighting her prep as well as my prep, but she's not training today. She's actually getting fitted for her stage suit right now, which is exciting. Everybody knows those are super expensive, so I'm praying maybe we get a deal because we know the person that's making it. But shout out to her because she's meeting Brittany to do a custom suit right now. So the cream of rice just came out of the microwave. It's piping hot. My dog's about to walk over here because he knows he gets blueberries or ice whenever I make this. I think he's out of the camera. You can see him right here. Don't you want blueberries? So what I do is I put frozen blueberries in here to cool it down, and then I'll put some ice too. And then I'm gonna show you guys how good he is because he does a little trick to get his frozen blueberry and then he'll run off with it. I'm gonna give him 2 blueberries. Sit pretty. Come on. There you go. Gentle. Oh, you missed it. Come on, dude. On video. All right, trying this again with some ice. Sit pretty. There you go. Good boy. Did the frozen blueberries and the ice just to cool down the cream of rice real quick. Put a little bit of cinnamon. And then pre-workout, I'm gonna do 2 grams of pink salt on this meal. Always salt your pre-workout meal well. I'm gonna do a packet of stevia on top, 30 grams of almond butter, and then the rest of my carbs from fruit are gonna come from banana, 37 grams there, so we just do half and half, blueberries and banana. And now we got 15 grams of carbs from fruit. So total macros for the meal looks like about 145 grams of carbs, 18 grams of fat, and 70 grams of protein. I forgot to mention, I am gonna add extra carbs from sourdough bread and honey to get my 30 extra carbs to add on this meal. That's how it gets up to that 140, 145 grams of carbs. And then I'll show you guys what I do for my pre-workout shake and my intra-workout shake next. Then we're gonna go train some back. Then I'll have my post-workout meal, come home, chill with the pets, hang out with Brittany, and then have our last meal of the day. Just show you guys kind of how I settle down for the evening. So pre-workout. This is what I'm doing for pre-workout. These 3 supplements, we've got Convict, Lockdown, and DNA Dispatch. And then intra-workout, I do Lockdown again, Confined, and C-Block 10. I do about half a teaspoon of salt in my pre-workout. That's about 2 grams. And then I do a little touch in my intra-workout. And then I'm not crazy about stems, so I just do 1 scoop of Convict. That's all I need. You really don't need a lot of it. My wife does a couple scoops. She's a stem junkie. But if you only do 1 scoop, you get 50 servings out of this thing. It's a great value. And then we're gonna do, we did watermelon candy. My personal favorite is kiwi strawberry as far as flavors go. And then my favorite for the lockdown is definitely the lemon lime. And then we're gonna do 6 capsules of the DNA Dispatch. So I did 1 scoop of lockdown pre. Now we're gonna do half a scoop intra. Then we're gonna do a full heaping scoop of our EAAs. I've got the peach mango flavor. And then I do 45 grams of carbs from C-Block 10. I weighed it out and it's really about 2 flat to heaping scoops of this that weighed out to be right at 45 grams of carbs. So I'm in the off season. When I'm in prep, I'm way more calculated, but we did lemon lime for that. 6 capsules, DNA Dispatch. I take this while I'm still at the house because I want it down 30 minutes ahead, and then I sip on my pre-workout while I drive there. I'm gonna take this on the road with me. Next thing you guys will see is training some back. Just gonna get some snippets of the training. See you guys there. All right guys, so training back today. I have kind of 2 back days. Earlier in the week, we trained shoulders and back as well. It's more upper back focus and we do only 1 lat movement that day. Today is a little more lat focus. We already did the Nautilus pull down where we're pinning our shoulder down and driving into the lat. Right now, we're changing it up a little bit. Usually this second movement has been a Smith machine row. We're gonna do a dumbbell chest supported incline row. It's one of my favorite movements for upper back. And then after that, we're gonna do this Nautilus row machine for lower, for lats again. And then the last movement will be for lats as well. And may do a finisher at the end depending on how we feel. But I just haven't planned that part yet. We're trying out a new gym just for this week and see if we stay here for a little while, but not gonna fill you guys in on too much more, just kind of gonna have head down training, and then after the gym, we'll talk to you guys more about food and stuff for the rest of the night. Ooh. I know I said I wasn't going to talk during this workout at all, but I really want to share this with you guys. So what we're doing with our back training is being really specific as far as what I'm targeting. So I can use this machine, this compound row, as an upper back movement, or I can use it as a lat movement. So just like with this lat pull down, you saw us tucking our shoulders down, really driving into the lat. And then next movement is focused on upper back, where we're coming out like this. My lats aren't involved. I'm just going straight for my upper back. Now with this, what I'm trying to do is not retract my scapula. In other words, not bringing my shoulder blades together. Instead of rowing like this, I'm trying to row like this, and I'm stopping right here. You see where my lats are really contracted. So I could do this and get a lot of weight on here and use my traps and my rhomboids and my whole back. Or I can really come over this way and stop right there, and I'm just, my lats are screaming right there on that peak contraction. So that's what we're trying to do here. You guys should try this either on a row machine like this or on a cable row. If you're really trying to hit your lats, get down into that pocket right there. Keep your shoulders from retracting. Keep that arm just right in this plane right here. back home from the back workout, and my wife is recording. She's all ready for bed, so she didn't want to be in this video this time, but I promise she'll be in the next one next time. I won't mess up the microphone the one time she's in the video. But she was so nice to warm up my cream of rice while I was on the way home. So this is 123 grams of cream of rice, 30 grams of almond butter, and then 15 grams of carbs mixed between bananas and blueberries. Got 50 grams of whey. And then after the meal, I just do 30 grams of carbs worth from sourdough bread and honey. Usually like one piece of sourdough bread's like 20 to 25 grams of carbs, and then I finish that off with a little bit of honey on top. And so that's gonna be my post-workout meal. Total for that meal is about 160 grams of carbs, 18 grams of fat, and 72 grams of protein. This one's a lot easier to digest. I've always suggested on videos, I think on the full day of eating with Condemned Labs, I suggested the same thing. Always try to get a pre and post workout meal that's easy to digest. Like you just went through all this rigorous training and you're really not in a place to digest some super hard to digest food. So just get something like cream of rice, super digestible, whey protein. It really is great for post-workout. But real quick, don't worry about the anabolic window. I was just talking to a client about this today. He was like, man, I'm just having to wait a little bit after my workout to get my post-workout meal in. And I told him, I was like, look, you don't actually want to eat right after the workout. You've got all this blood in your muscles. You've got all your cortisol super high. You want to kind of come down from all that stress to really be able to take in the food and absorb everything. So don't worry about that anabolic window. It's more of a myth than anything. Just come home, make your food, eat whenever you feel like you really need the food. Generally, your blood sugar will probably start dropping. You'll feel pretty hungry when you're ready. So last meal is gonna be next. I'm gonna hang out. It's a little late because I did this video for you guys. My day's taking a little longer. That's why I generally have a harder time doing these YouTube videos, but I wanted to make this content for you guys. I'll get that last meal for you here in a little bit.
Hey buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hello. Hello. Hey Sam.
Alright, so not quite hungry yet after my post-workout meal, and Brittany's asleep and the cats are chilling, dog's asleep. But I gotta wait for my last meal. There's no way I'm eating it right now, and I can sleep in tomorrow, thankfully. So I haven't had a video game system since I was like 15 years old, and my wife bought me one for Christmas, so I got a PS5. And of course, I'm a nerd and I love the Star Wars games, so I've only played it like maybe 6 times since I got it for Christmas, but gonna do that to kill some time, and hopefully I'll be hungry for my next meal. I wouldn't usually stay up late like this. I'd usually force it, but I don't feel like forcing it, and I can sleep in the morning. So gonna play this, and then we'll get to the last meal. All right, guys, so it's super late. I honestly played that way too long, and Brittany is knocked out on the couch. So is my cat Ginger. Samson's out, and now it's my crazy cat Gilligan's time to play and go nuts. So I'm gonna show you guys what I take in the evening supplements wise. It's not as many pills as I usually have because I'm missing the most important part, which is magnesium. Magnesium glycinate is what I've taken prior to my last meal for like 3 years now. It really helps me sleep. I didn't know I was out of it. Just an empty bottle. I've got to get more of that. I just ordered it from Amazon. Other than that, I've got 3,000 milligrams of fish oil again. We've got 600 milligrams of NAC again. Curcumin again. And then the difference tonight is I do Cartitone for blood pressure. And then for lipids, I do citrus bergamot and red yeast rice. And then I'm going to show you the crazy makeshift meal I made because we're out of rice. Interesting camera angle here, but we'll make it work. This is my weird meal. I'm out of rice, so in the off season it's nice to have different options for your meals. Chris trusts me to make judgment calls. Lately I've just been doing my rice and beef, veggies, and then I'll do like my apple juice or sourdough bread to add my carbs. But I didn't know until I finished playing that freaking game that I was out of rice. But you guys have to try this in the off season. Alexia fries, those Smart Classic fries, they're awesome. 98% fat free. So what I did was I did 90 grams of carbs worth from these fries. They're gonna be awesome. I just put those in the air fryer, 400 for like 9-10 minutes. And then we've got our 195 grams of beef, and then did asparagus with that. And I know I'm fat, it's off season, you guys in prep can be mad. Did 45 grams of carbs from Golden Grams. Through this off season, I never have done like pre or post workout cereal. I've just done it at night whenever I want something, a little bit of extra carbs on top of my meal from cereal. So that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna get this meal down and then go to bed. But I appreciate you guys following along today for my full day. It's way too late, like I said. It's way past my bedtime. This usually doesn't happen, but honestly, because I was filming this YouTube video, today took quite some time. But I will be getting more videos to the YouTube channel during my prep. It's gonna have to be a lot more structured than today. I just had a lot of work stuff come up, but follow along for me and Brittany's prep. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. We'll get a lot of posing and training stuff and some more in-depth stuff soon as well. Thank you guys.